Today I want to talk about Black Ops 7 zombies and what I want to see them do, not do, and kind of revert for this game to make it feel a bit better. Because I want to keep these expectations for systems changing going into Black Ops 7 kind of realistic, because at the end of the day, Treyarch just released Black Ops 6 and now they're releasing another game back to back. So I do expect some systems and a lot of systems to work similar, but that's not an excuse to copy paste everything from Black Ops 6. Treyarch, you need to start listening to community and the constructive criticism that they've given on your systems and maybe make those adjustments and maybe even revert a couple things here or there. But as always with videos like this, I love to hear your guys' input too. What are some things that you want to see happen in Black Ops 7 Zombies? And also, if you hear anything in this video you guys agree with or disagree with, let me know down in the comment section below too. And hey, while you guys are down there, I appreciate if you guys could support the channel by dropping a like, subscribe, bell, shower, especially join the channel. I'd really appreciate you for that one. But with that said, let's talk about Black Ops 7 Zombies. So I mainly want to talk about gameplay, but also touch on the storyline later also. But the first thing I want to talk about is actually something they announced that I kind of hope they change their mind on, and this is carry forward. And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we're going to be able to carry forward our gobblegums and even XP tokens. That's great. But the other two things that are supposed to carry forward in Season 1 is a terrible decision. First off, operators, their skins from Black Ops 6, I don't think should be in Black Ops 7. Like, that's the last year's game, let's leave it there. But honestly, I don't care about the skins too much because I play solo zombies anyways. But what I really care about is that they also want to bring all of the guns from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7. First things first, in multiplayer, it is a futuristic game. We do not need guns from the 90s in that. And then for zombies, we do not need that many guns in zombies. Honestly, we're getting a full new set of guns at the launch of this, and we're going to get a bunch of DLC guns throughout the season. We do not need the hundreds of guns that there is currently in Black Ops 6 in this game. It is going to overpopulate everything, especially if they add them into the box. Imagine. I mean, I don't think they would do that, but no way, bro. And honestly, I think that just takes away the feeling of a new game, because learning all the new guns, figuring out which ones are the good ones, like, why would you do that when you could just keep using the Maelstrom or use the Striders or the best guns from Black Ops 6? Like, why would you do that? So to me, this is a terrible decision. I hope Treyarch kind of changes their mind on this, especially for zombies, because we do not need that many guns in zombies. Now, I want to talk about the perks for a bit, because what I'm worried they're going to do is that currently in Black Ops 6, we have 11 or 10 perks, and what they're going to do is just remove 4 of those and launch with 7 perks, and throughout the seasons, they're going to just drip feed us the same perks that we had in Black Ops 6, and I really hope that's not the case. And what they should do is just get rid of the perks that people weren't using, like Melee Macchiato and Death Perception, and then just add in rather new perks or old returning perks that weren't in Black Ops 6. Now, I know throughout the seasons we're probably going to get some perks that were also in Black Ops 6, and that's fine, but as long as it's a minority and not the majority of them. And as for the launch perks, I swear, Treyarch, if double tap isn't there at launch, we're going to riot. That is ridiculous. We need to have it at launch. It is one of the best additions to Black Ops 6 ever, and it needs to be there at the launch of Black Ops 7. Now I want to move on to talking about the box, because the box has been pretty useless in Modern Zombies, and I've made videos directly on this and how I would fix it, but I'll quickly, as fast as I can, go over this because I don't want to spend too much time on this. But what I think they should do is, first off, not put every freaking gun in the mystery box, because you can never aim to get a specific gun out of the mystery box because there's way too many guns in there, especially by the DLC season. Not every single box on every single map needs to have every single gun in it. Like, that is ridiculous, Treyarch. It is obvious you knew about this problem in the past and you avoided it, but for some reason just forgot about that problem. So what I think that they should do is, first off, at launch, not every launch gun needs to be in the box. But secondly, because there is a loadout system, your luck on the box just has to be better, because why are you going to be hitting the box if you are respawning with your favorite gun? Like, it has to, more often than it used to in the past, give you a better gun. And on top of that, I think you should remove green rarity guns from the box entirely. The lowest rarity has to be a blue. I don't care what round. Just try to convince people to actually use the mystery box in this game. And then throughout the DLC season, not every single box needs every DLC gun in it. And how I think they should do it is, let's say a map comes out with Season 1. Now you can only get the Season 1 DLC guns in that map's box. You can't get them in other maps box. And also, you do have to remove some launch guns when you do that too, so it doesn't become overpopulated. And that's how I would handle the box, and I think it would at least make it more useful. Now I want to move on to the maps and Easter eggs, because I think there's been a problem in Black Ops 6 that there's only 2 types of maps and 2 types of Easter eggs, and that's the casual maps and Easter eggs, and what I like to call the Rise and Rocket style maps and Easter eggs. And what I mean by the Rise and Rocket style is that they're trying to be open to both a casual and hardcore audience. And don't get me wrong, I think most maps should be like that, but I do think that at least one map per game and one Easter egg a game should be dedicated to us hardcore players, preferably DLC 4, because that's when most hardcore players are the only ones playing anyways. So to me, just make us a map like this. Do us an Origin style map. Do us an Origin style Easter egg. We just deserve it. We've been sticking around for so long, and it's been so long since we got a hardcore style Easter egg. Probably since Black Ops 4, a game that came out in what, 2019? Like, come on, Treyarch, it's been way too long. We got to get something for the hardcore players here. Now, for the final gameplay things I want to talk about are the things that we've all heard over and over again. And I don't want to go too much into depth in this, but you guys know them. It's the loadout system, it's damage scaling, and the point system. Now, I don't think the loadout system is going anywhere, not only because of the weapon leveling and also camo grind that would be impossible without it, but also it's honestly shown to be kind of useful because of the loadout system, people can make the best guns to use against every boss and stuff like that, and I think that is a cool thing. But I would still turn the loadout system into just a customizable wall buy in the map personally, but that's just me. Now, another major thing is damage scaling, and people don't understand how important this is because damage scales from lower rounds to higher rounds. It means a lot of things have to exist in the game. Because damage scaling exists, you need to have armor, because then it would be too difficult on higher rounds. And because armor exists, you need to be hit more often, so super sprinters and special enemy spam exist. But because special enemy spam and super sprinters exist, high rounds are nearly impossible to train on. And all of those are outgrowths of damage scaling. So if you just got rid of damage scaling and zombies did all the damage all the time, it gets rid of a lot of problems. But unfortunately, from people who have already seen the game, they've already seen armor in it, so I don't know if this is going to happen. But you know Treyarch how to get an easy win is by just reverting to the old point system. This isn't going to be something crazy difficult, and I don't think it makes a big difference at the end of the day, but it's a great way to let us know that you are listening to us and our critiques of your game. But now this brings me to the story side of this. And I normally don't like telling creative people how to tell their story, but there were just so many problems in Reckoning that we just have to talk about it. And the first and most important thing is that you need to hire someone who knows a story like the back of their hand, and anything you do in the story, you have to ask them to make sure it doesn't contradict anything you said in the past. Because for some reason, especially in the Reckoning, so many things contradict from what you said in the past. And especially with the Chaos story, oh my gosh, do you not know how any of the things worked from that old Chaos storyline? Like, nothing made sense, like nothing was consistent, and that was a humongous problem in Black Ops 6. So you need to hire someone to do this, that their job is specifically to make sure there's no contradictions and inconsistencies with your story. The next thing is, don't set up things to rather go absolutely nowhere or just have a complete flop of an explanation. I think the best examples of this is why Weaver ended up killing Richtofen's family. Like, it was set up like there was some mysterious thing happening there, but it just ended up being a flop of an explanation for what actually happened. Or on the other hand, you have Richtofen's son that was alluded to be still alive in the Dark Ether, but then he just comes back to life in Richtofen's ending. Like, wait, what happened there? I mean, he's supposed to still be alive, so why would he be able to come back to life? Like, what happened to the whole explanation about his son being in the Dark Ether? I mean, to be fair to this one, this might play out in Black Ops 7 Zombies, so I'm not going to get too much on them for that, but you guys know what I'm saying with these things. But the final thing I'll say in general for both the story and everything is their storytelling, because there is a problem with it. Because what the zombie storyline is built on is the community's involvement in it and making theories on it. And there's been very few reasons to do that in Black Ops 6. And the reason that is the case is because Treyarch for some reason just doesn't know how to allude to major themes and doesn't tease major themes without full on explaining them in Black Ops 6. A great example of this is that we kind of figured that the Sam AI was going to turn on us, but we never knew why. We never had any reason to believe that she wanted her own body. And then comes Shattered Veil, they just straight up tell us. There was no like build up to that, it just happened. And that can't be the case. And it's not like Treyarch doesn't know how to do this. They still do this in little spurts. I think the best example of this is whoever Panos is talking to in the Dark Ether. They've done an absolutely amazing job at dropping little hints and teasers of facts about him, but we're still not entirely sure who he is, so we could still make theories on who exactly this is who he's talking about. And that's something that is amazing. Do more of that, Treyarch. I know you still have it in you, so keep doing stuff like that, except expand it to a lot more things. But with that said, that is everything that I want to see in Black Ops 7. I'm sure there's some smaller things I've left out and cut out here or there, but those are like the big ones. But regardless though, that's going to wrap it up for this video, and as always, I love to hear all of you guys' thoughts and opinions, everything I talked about in this video down in the comment section below. But regardless, I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.